Okay, hello, hello. Hopefully. Is that working?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right. Sorry about that. I was literally saying, the one thing I didn't do is check the audio before I started, so please let me know if the audio is bad. I'm assuming you can all hear me now though, right? Yeah, cool. Let me just double check that setting is right. Yep, all good. Okay, as I was saying, I have a big box of Rowtron parts that I got as a job lot in an eBay auction before Christmas, I think. I just haven't had time to open this up yet. And I'm fully expecting it to all be broken, right? I'm fully expecting the whole lot to consist of parts that have been stripped to repair other consoles, possibly. So there's a whole load of controllers, and there's at least one full system unit. But there's also some really interesting cartridges, and it's the cartridges that really caught my eye, because if some of these cartridges actually work, or I can get them to work, I think they could be extremely rare. So let's have a look. I wonder also if anybody watching this, either now or on Twitch later, will have seen this lot. I was quite surprised.
To an Alexa answers contributor.
Alexa, stop. That's something to switch off before I start this. Okay, here we go. Right. Everything appears to be individually wrapped inside this box. So I'm going to drop it and then bring things out one by one. Okay. Wow. Right. In fact, can I show you this? Let's see. I can hold this up. Right. This is what we're looking at. Okay. So that's one full Rowtron console system in its original box. And then we've got lots of other things, other bits and pieces. So let's start with the system. Okay. It's a bit misshapen. It's got a lot of tape on the bottom of it, which will have to come off. Let me switch over. There we go. Damage here. Looks like fairly recent tape. So yeah, I suspect it's just been chucked in here without really knowing how it's supposed to go. Also, I think one of the later boxes, the earlier boxes, were more sophisticated. They had more kind of internal packaging to hold things, but the later ones were literally just cardboard boxes with a cutout for the handle. Right. Okay. The hell is that? Okay, there's something else in here by the looks of it. Ah. Okay. There's two consoles in here. check this out. So this is a Teleng Color Stars. This is like a fairly late model Pong console. I think this is one of the PC50 or PCX50 variants, isn't it? Look at that. So I've got, it has 3 difficulty settings, so settings for 3 players, which is interesting. I wonder if that's 2 human players and a computer player. It also has a cartridge slot in the side. So this is where the PCX or PC50X, that's what they were called, wasn't it? Cartridges go. And it has an on-off switch, and a reset switch, and a game selector. It has aerial lead. There's a bit of cable burn on the top here. That's power, presumably, although it's not labelled. More cable burn on here, straight from there. That cable. Jack socket, ensure approved adapter fitted. So yeah, that'll be power. And then it's got a battery compartment with no corrosion in it. Looks brand new actually. Goodness. Yeah, 6 D-type batteries, 1.5 volt each. The looks of it. So 6 1.5 volts, so 9 volts DC at probably like half an amp. And that looks like a 3.5mm jack, so I think I can power this up. And then it has these 2 controller ports. Alright, that's quite nice. Needs a bit of TLC. This is very likely to work. These things are rugged as anything. There's hardly anything to go wrong with them ever, so probably works. I'll put that to one side for now, and I'll come back to it when we test out if it works. And we'll see if there are any controllers and a cartridge in the lot as well. Right, okay. So here's our Rowtron, and yeah, it's pretty obvious what's wrong with it. Flipping heck. Oh, this has been modded. What is going on here? Look at this. So there's a bunch of crocodile clips coming off this connector, which is one of the controller connectors. That's the right hand controller. It says, yeah, right player, left player. So that's the right player, has crocodile clips on it, and then we've got this switch here and 3 buttons which are hardwired underneath here. Presumably, I mean, I'd have to take the board out to have a look to see where they're wired to, but presumably these are basically replace these usual function buttons. So we've got an on-off toggle, and then we've got these 3 buttons at the top, and then we've got a very short aerial lead coming out the back of it. That is fascinating. Okay. Right. Now, why someone would have done this may become clear. The obvious thing that's missing, of course, is the bottom half of the shell. There's no bottom shell to this, and no controllers, obviously. But... all right. Curious. And that's it for the. Let's move this straight. Okay, so that's it for everything in the original Rowtron box. Oh, this is all moved. That's what the problem was. I've now skewed that, haven't I? All right, that'll do. Okay. Right, let's have a look at one of these other little parcels. Okay. Let's try this one first. That Test OK 151282. So that is one of the cartridges for the Telestars. And then we have this, which is a Rowtron controller. But it has no connector at the end. Just 15 colour-coded wires. Okay. So that's one dodgy controller. This. There's another controller with no joystick handle and no wiring. Looks like it's been cut off. Yeah, presumably the controller with no plug is connected via the crocodile clips. Well, it could be, yeah. But I mean, why? Unless you wanted to reroute what goes to where, right? Normally they just have a whole, connector on it that goes straight into that connector on the motherboard. And here's another one with the wires cut off, and another one with the wires cut off, and no. There's the number pad from another one. Another one with the wires cut off. Another one. And another one. So how many is that? That's 7. Well, yeah, I mean, I think whoever owned this, I mean, this looks like kind of stuff that's accumulated, like broken ones that have accumulated from trying to fix other controllers, and this is what's left over. So this is basically just spare parts. But I'm not sure about the. I'm not sure about those crocodile clips. Right, let's see what else there is. Okay. Yeah, really bizarre. Like, why would you cut them off? Okay, so there's a mains adapter, 9.5 volts, 100 milliamps, probably for that telling. What's this? AirC battle instructions. And here's, oh wow, okay. So here's a collection of power supplies. This one, yeah, so that's 9 volt at, is that 190 milliamps? That's weird. 150 milliamps maybe. 150, yeah. Okay, so that's got a bit more juice, that one. That's probably for the main telling, for the main Rowtron, and then there's another, yeah, 100 milliamp power supply. So 4 power supplies. And what's this? VCC cartridges. Okay, let me clear the decks here. I think this is it for controllers. So, I mean, these controllers are rescuable. You know, it's not that hard to get 15 core cables. The hardest thing to replace are the joystick handles, obviously. But yeah, so far this is largely junk, right? This is not high quality stuff that needs work. So yeah, it's possible that I wasted cash on a load of junk that hi Derek, that won't even be worth anything if I fix it up, basically. Or worth very little. However, let's see. Right, okay, so these, I think those are also Color Stars cartridges. So we have 5 cartridges for the Color Stars. Road Race, Ball Paddle, so that's the cartridge 1. We have 2 of those, in fact, 3 of those. Reception close to useless. Oh dear. I'm really hoping the stream is going out well. It certainly was in a good state last weekend. I don't know. How are you finding it, Lee? Can you see it okay? Can you see and hear it okay? I think it's pretty good at my end. I don't know why that tape is on there. Alright, so these need testing and could do with a clean, but yeah. Cartridges for the little console. Okay. Whoa, okay. And then what have we got here? More controllers. Ah, look at this. Aha. Have we only got one of those, please? Whoa, what's that? Alright, okay. So we have more Rowtron controllers with the leads cut off. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a bit quiet. Now let me up the volume then. I can do that. I have it turned down a little bit just to avoid background noise, but maybe it's too much. There you go, how's that? I can't really do anything about the streaming quality or the fact that it's cutting out. I don't know. Maybe if I was a much more popular channel, they'd prioritise my traffic better. Wow, I've never seen one of these. So these are controllers for the little telling. This is a paddle controller. Obviously with limited max and min. And this is a joystick controller with a single fire button. But yeah, they've got 5-pin DIN plugs, a bit corroded. But presumably they go into the 5-pin DIN plugs in the back of here. So, right, we do have controllers. No, I've seen similar ones in pictures, but I've never seen one like this for the colour stars. I wonder how common they were. Interesting. Most of that generation of console didn't have removable controllers in the first place. So the fact that this machine clearly had kind of swappable controllers depending on the game that you're playing. I wonder how common that was across all of the PC 50X games. Okay. Getting to the bottom of the box now. Let's see. All right. So an actual Rowtron game in its original box, and the game is Sporting Shotgun, and the instructions are with it. It's nice. That's cool. Obviously not playing Sporting Shotgun in the photo on the front. And interestingly, this is a Rowtron box, but it's a telling cartridge and telling instructions. So Rowtron and Telling had a partnership agreement. I think Telling, were the manufacturer essentially. I think they had a factory in Hong Kong and were building these things, and they were also marketing them themselves, like that. That older console, the Colour Stars, is a Telling branded one. But Rowtron was a small company in Yorkshire who basically bought a license from Telling to redistribute their consoles, and they were really a marketing and distribution company. So at some point, I don't know if this was how they were shipped, whether this is one of those kind of in between cartridges where the box, you can see the spine label is just stuck on, as they all are actually. They're always stuck on. I don't know if it actually says telling underneath, but yeah, whether this was originally like this or someone subsequently has put these components together because the original box for the telling version got lost or something, I don't know. But that's nice. That's obviously the Rowtron telling version of Shooting Gallery, as it was called on the Acetronic and others. And then I have two more. These feel like empty boxes. Galactic Space Battles. Yeah. Oh wow, what's that? Okay, these are photocopied instructions for cartridge 15 Galactic Space Battles by Rowtron Limited. So yeah, they were seriously just getting rid of stock at the end there, weren't they? Here we go, look, the manufacturer, Rowtron Limited, Thorpe Arch Trading Estate, Wetherby, West Yorkshire, LS23. There you go, outside Leeds. So, no properly printed instructions, and we don't have a cartridge for that one, so Galactic Space Battles and Blackjack. And what have we got in here? We have instruction booklets, Rowtron instructions for video pinball, and telling instructions for actual blackjack. So at least that one belongs in the box, more or less at least. Obviously the box is Rowtron and the instructions are telling. There's an unmistakable smell of like burning solder and sort of machine smoke, as well as old cardboard and paper and that sort of fusty smell that you get with old things. I think this has been in a workshop. It definitely smells of soldering. So, Rowtron cartridge bits. Alright, and now let's have a look at this. So right at the bottom is another bag. This is the last thing in this box. And this is the thing that I was most interested in, so let's have a look. Okay. Another ball paddle cartridge. Stunt Rider. Ball paddle. Jeez. A lot of crappy cartridges. Oh, look at this. So this is I have no idea what's on that. This is a Rowtron cartridge that's been taken apart. With no label on it. No idea what game that is, or if it works. Ball paddle. Another controller. It's just bits, isn't it? It really is. Okay. And then we have this. Now, I don't know if Derek is still on, but this is the the Rowtron version of the Acetronic Hobby module. I presume this is the home programmer. See operating instructions. I don't even know where that plugs in. This was designed to plug into the side of the Rowtron system unit, and then I don't know where that goes. But this was you basically you could program this yourself. Oh, what was that? Tank battle. Let's get rid of these cards. But these things, I mean, the hobby module for Acetronic is so rare. Like, I mean, I saw one sell for 120 quid, I think, and I thought that was a cheap price for it. And here's another one. That's 2. And 3. So there are 3. I've never seen the home programmer for the Rowtron system. I didn't even know Rowtron had produced it. It's in some of their catalogues. They list it, but I've never seen one for sale anywhere. And amongst all of this crap, there's 3 of them here. This one's a bit broken, chipped off there, but I mean, I've literally got a replacement case for it here, if I can take this label off. Home programmer. So that's what I was thinking when I was opening, when I was looking at the console earlier. Those crocodile clips, are they something to do with this? Are they, how does this work? Like, I know nothing about these yet at all, or how they work, or what these are supposed to plug into. But yeah, maybe whoever owned it had built something themselves. That those crocodile clips connect to like a circuit board that this also plugs into, and that allows them to do something. I have no idea what it might be. I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea. I need to get in touch with the seller and just find out where this all came from. Yeah, you see, I don't know. Could it plug into a storage device? I don't know. I don't know if you could then, debugging circuit. But that was the thing, right? So I have the programming cartridge for the Atari. And I have the one for the Philips, the video pack. G7000. I have, they produced, programming cartridges. It was quite a thing at the time. They were trying to compete with 8-bit computers. Obviously, the G7000 actually had a keyboard. The Atari, the basic programming cartridge came with a separate set of handsets that you could, with buttons on that you could use to type characters in with, and obviously this whole series came with these key pads that had a few more buttons on than just the joystick that the Atari came with. But none of them offered any storage, right? It was ridiculous. Like you could program some stuff in, but you couldn't save it anywhere or reload it. I mean, why would you bother? Why would you do it? It was it was really weird. As soon as you turned it off, you know, that it was lost. But the hobby module, I don't know. I don't know what it was capable of. I know nothing about it. And to be honest, I assumed I would never own one, right? Because I'm not going to spend upwards of 120, 140 quid on a cartridge. Or at least, you know, I wasn't intending to ever. So to see this lot come up with all of this stuff in that, you know, might be totally worthless, but it had these 3 cartridges in it. I just thought, wow. I think I paid 70 quid for the whole box. Because I thought it was interesting, and you know, there might be some mileage in fixing some of it up and repurposing it, or using it, you know, to fix other things. I think I've got at least 2 more of this console waiting for me to fix, or not fix, but fix up. So, I'm not going to start researching what I can do with these home programming modules right now, but I am going to see if I can get at least one of those consoles up and running. Let's see if they actually work, if I get anything out of them. And I'm going to have to figure out where to put all of these flipping controllers. I mean, how many is that now? That must be like 12 or 13 Rowtron controllers. That's just crazy. All of them have just had their umbilicals severed. Weird. But, you know, I mean, the cable is probably the easiest thing to replace. I mean, one of the issues with them is that they have these like locking grommets, which you can't remove them without breaking them, unfortunately. So I'll have to, if I do replace them, I'll have to figure out some new solution to close off the holes. This one here looks like it's been just glued. It looks like it was replaced, and someone's glued this rubber washer. You can't see that. Yeah. So why would you do that if you're then just going to cut the end off? It's very weird. Very weird indeed. I get it. Right. Okay. Let me just take a sec to put this stuff away, and then I'll get the colour stars back out, and we'll see if we can get that working. And yeah, I said I saw a hobby module go on eBay for like 120 quid and thought that was a good price. I mean, I have seen people asking absolutely massive amounts of money for them, like, you know, 500 quid for a hobby module. So I don't really know what the going rate is for them, but they are a rare item for sure. Okay, let's let me get one of these power supplies out to start with. Give it a bit of a test before we just plug it in. put it under load and test it properly. But I think I'm just gonna check its voltages. Let's see what we've got. There we go, 11 volts under no load, and it's rated for 9.5, so I think that's what looks pretty good. Let's just give it a sec and see how it warms up. It's not hot. The voltage is, yeah, staying around the same place. Alright, that's good enough for me. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to plug this in to my VCR. Let's do that. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let's get a cartridge into it. Which of these like 10 ball paddle cartridges is likely to work, do we think? Anyway, let's try this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it is off. That's plugged in. Let's try this sliding controller. Everything needs a really good clean, and all of the cables need needs to be treated. They're really dry and feel brittle. It all needs some platinum cleaner. Okay. I'm just going to spray it with some contact solution first. Alright. Okay, that's in. So game one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Right. Okay. Maybe I need a two-player game. nothing. What? Okay. Okay, this controller's not working. It's not even in the play field. Let's try the other one. Well, actually, I'm going to go back to 1, and I'm going to try it in the other on the other side. Okay. All right. I suspect this controller isn't right. I mean, there's no logo or anything on it, so maybe it's not even for this console, which would be weird. Or only for certain games, but you'd think of all of the games that came out for this machine, Bat and Ball would be exactly what the exactly what the paddle controller would be for. Okay. It does work though, eh? Definitely works. Right. Sometimes the right controller is player 1. And obviously, usually, left controller is player 1. Ah! There we go. Yes. Oh, it's actually... It's not even out of calibration or jittery. Look, I've got complete range. Sweet. What's with that? Why is that not working? There's a couple of games that don't seem to show anything at all. Alright, let's give this a clean. I've got 1,000 other ball paddle cartridges to try out, obviously, to test to see if they work any better. Let's just have a look at there you go. Right, which one is it? That one? No, that one. Yeah, you see how filthy this is. These are single-sided as well, so there's only contact points on one side. You see how filthy this is, though. Might make a difference. Absolutely flipping filthy, that. Alright. Okay. Nope. What was game 2 supposed to be, I wonder? Oh! Oh! Check this out. Stupid I didn't notice this before. So here's what it actually says. We can read that. Is it going to focus? Yeah, 1 is solo squash, 2 is nothing. And then grid ball, solo basketball, nothing. Target, solo target, squash, hockey, tennis, basketball, football. So actually the first lot are all solo anyway or don't exist. So that's why 2 and 5 are blank. And then you've got squash, hockey, tennis, etc. Let's dial up hockey and see if we can get the other side to work. Which one was hockey? 9. That's satisfying, that. There's hockey. Okay. There's no serve, which is odd, unless maybe actually let's just go to target. 6, okay. Can I actually use, does that work? Ah, yeah, that does. Missed it. Okay. Oh, where are my manners? There we go. So the fire button does work because I'm hitting this target. Okay, fine. Ah. Don't understand where where serve is, unless it's the other player that needs to serve, in which case let's swap these over and see if another player shows up. Yes, another player does show up, and they are set to pro. This switch doesn't work. Okay. That player A. Looks like the player B switch. Oh no, there, player C. It's that. Okay, what does work then? Alright. Right, maybe you need 2. Okay. Alright, this works anyway. I'm not sure about the slider paddle. I'll have to figure out which of these games works with it. But, let's just test out these other cartridges before we put it away. So we know at least one of those bat and ball games works. This is Tank Battle. That's number 4. We've got, what have we got? 1, 2. Ah, look. What? Okay. We have, swap those around. We have VCC cartridge number 2, Motor Race. Now, this is not a VCC. This is the Color Stars TV game console. But the packaging is exactly the same. And we have here cartridge number 2, Stunt Rider, with a different set of games. This is a motorbike game, this is a motor car game. So it looks like this one's actually from a different console that has hardware compatible cartridges. So let's have a look. Let's just test this one here. Oops. Why is this tape on it? I'm just taking this tape off because it was getting caught. Yeah, it's exactly the same. nothing. Alright. Okay. I'll try the cartridge that's designed for this console. Come on. There you go. Yep. There it is. What are we set to here? Number 3. Reset doesn't seem to work. Right, so player 1 is on the right. There you go. Okay. I can wheelie by pressing the button. How do I start the... Weird. Why is there no serve or start game? And now it's not even wheeling. Weird. I can select different games though. That selector it's very satisfying, I have to say. I do like that. Reset doesn't seem to do anything. Pressing the button doesn't seem to do anything. It seems to be set to player C, which is weird. Flipping heck, I don't know. Okay, well that appears to work. Let's try tank barrel. Anything? Nothing. Oh. There we go. Sounds coming out. Okay, it appears to fire when I move the cursor, move the joystick up. So when I move up, it fires. Strange behaviour for a tank. I'd expect it to move when I move the joystick. Fucking weird. Okay, does this do anything? This does nothing. Just to control the other tank? Oh, it does. Controls the other tank. And again, when I push up, it fires. So weird. I know this controller works because it was controlling the bat and ball perfectly. And the target shooting game. Unless... I mean, surely surely Tank Battle is not supposed to be played with slider paddles, where you have like you have two paddles. Well, no, because then you can only control one tank, and there are definitely two tanks, because it's just combat, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, that does sweet FA. I'm not sure how interesting it is watching someone faff about trying to figure out how to get these things to work. I suspect not very. Ooh. What's that? Oh, it's upside down. Silly. Okay. I'm glad I didn't force it. Quite nice engine idling sound going on. It's weird as. It really does feel like it's not working right. There are no other controls that I've got. And surely it should be the fire button that fires, not pushing the joystick up. So, the hell? I mean, I can try cleaning the contacts on the cartridge, but I don't think that's going to make any difference because the cartridge appears to work. Anyway, let's see. It is filthy, so. Nebbers. I've got one more to try, and then I'm going to have a crack at switching the big Rowtron on to see what we get. Absolutely covered in crap. All right. There you go. What? No. Push the joystick forward, it fires. Very weird. Okay. I'm just going to return quickly to this one, see if we get anything out of it. Obviously, Tank Battle didn't want to load a couple of times either. Let's see if we can get this one at least firing up. What time is it? Okay. I'm going to have to close this down fairly soon. disgusting. All right. Oh, it tried. No. No. Not a sausage. No. It's a shame. Alright, we have one more. Wipe out. Okay. Good, good. Well, not sure that's right. And does the same thing. Alright. Okay, so I think this all needs a proper clean and a revisit because it doesn't seem to work the way it's supposed to. Oh well, at least it runs. I mean, at least it powers on. What happens when you do it without a cartridge in? Nothing. Nothing happens. Okay. Power supply is stone cold, which is good. Right. I'm gonna have to free up some storage for all of this stuff. Okay. Right. I'm going to try very quickly to see if the main Rowtron works, and then I'm going to kill the stream. Oh, it's still plugged in. Damn. Let's take that out. It's a shame that the bottom isn't here. It's a real shame. It's kind of a bit useless without a bottom. And that's also a bit of a challenge as well, because right, let's go this way. See if I can. Yeah, that's not going to reach. Oh, shit, this is a really short aerial lead. Okay. That's as far as it'll go. And then I don't know which is on and which is off over here. Power is back here, so let's I've just noticed on this power supply the head pin is snapped off. What the actual... I might power this off my bench anyway. Let's see, seeing as it's a standard 3.5mm jack, I can power it off here. But I just need to short across the bench power so that I can set the amp limiter. Let me just sort this out. Just going to short those together, and then I want, how many amps did I want? It was 150, I reckon, wasn't it? Milliamps. Okay, there we go. 1.5. Is that right? No, that's 1.5 amps. That's way too much. I'm just going to set it to half an amp. Yeah, I'm going to set it there. And then 9 volts. There you go. Flick that off. Plug this in. Okay. I don't have any controls for it, of course, because none of the ones that it came with are working. I do have a cartridge though. And of course I've got all those programmable cartridges, so interesting to see what they display when I just turn it on. Right, if I remember rightly, it goes in this way up. You probably can't see that now because it's at such an angle, but yeah, the cartridge goes in like that, I think, if I can get it to fit. Without the bottom shell, there's no guide. There we go. Is that it? There we go. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Now I don't know whether this is on or off at the moment, so I'm going to flick the power supply. Let's see what happens. All right. Nothing. I'm going to flick this. Nothing. I have no idea whether this is now on or off. There's no power light on it. Of course, I have no way of knowing. Although, of course, I can just test across the switch to see what we've got. Let's grab earth there. Okay, 9 volts, and down should be on then, right? That's definitely on. Yeah. There we go. Right. So we've got power going to the board. Cartridge might be duff, of course. These machines, you have to kind of, which one's which on this machine? Function reset cycle. Reset. I think it's that one. You kind of have to short across the, or press the load game button, as it's called on the Acetronics, to actually get it to start the cartridge. And then the other thing is that it might not be tuned in properly. So yeah, I'm getting no signal on the monitor here. It just almost feels like it wants to occasionally. Right, let's clean the cartridge, and then we'll assume that it's firing up. Oh wow, this cartridge is absolutely filthy, so it's possible. And then I'll tell the VCR to scan to see if it's just outputting on a slightly different frequency to those other machines. There is a frequency switch, isn't there? Oof. Filthy. All right. There we go. Okay, nothing. Right, let's try and scan. Nope. It's just about gone through, yeah. Nope. Nada. Alright. Just to be on the safe side, not that, I mean, I'm sure this is right. I'll change this round, but I'm certain it's the other way up. And actually, the other thing I can do, I might have a known working cartridge. Yeah, let's try this one. It's still scanning. Nope. Nope. Okay. Okay, this needs more work. Yeah, I guess one of the things that I could do is I could test this 2650. The 2650 is right here. Probably the most important thing to do is to just check that it's actually a working chip. What time is it now? 20 to 5. Let me just do that really quickly. There it is. So, let's flick this back. All right, here's my 2650 chip tester. Although, does the lead actually reach far enough? You see that? Okay, let's stick that there. Okay, make sure this is off, plugged. Let's earth myself just to be safe. This thing hasn't come out of its socket since it was put in 40 years ago. There we go. Pretty good. Okay. Make sure we pop it in the right way around. There we go. Okay. Oh. When I flick this on, these lights should all flash if the chip is good. There we go. Well, that's good news to end on then, isn't it? That is a fully working Signetics 2650. So, make sure I put it back in the right way around as well. If nothing else, there is a chip inside it that's worth about 30 quid. And all I need to do now is get it back in the socket without busting it. Come on. Right, let's put a tick on it. definitely worked in 2023. Right. I don't know if you're still here, Lee, but I'm going to call it quits at this point. I'll probably pick this up again fairly soon and carry on working through all of these Rowtron bits. I do have another Rowtron that I can test. I really want to test out these programming modules, so I may get a working one out of storage to do that, depending on how far I get with getting this working. But we'll see. That's going to have to do it for today. Cheers, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.